The political battlefield in Britain has just erupted into chaos. Imagine this. King Charles, a figure usually known for his quiet influence, has suddenly taken a bold step that no one saw coming. In an unprecedented move, the king has granted Nigel Farage a level of power and recognition that is shaking the very foundation of the Labour Party. Meanwhile, Keir Starmer is losing his grip, his campaign unravelling in real time as he faces this royal endorsement that feels like a direct challenge to his authority. The air is thick with tension, and the stakes have never been higher. This is not just politics as usual. This is a seismic shift, a showdown that could redefine Britain's political future. For months now, Labour has been struggling to hold on to its once solid base. Starmer's leadership promised stability and a fresh start, but the reality has been far different. The party is now bleeding support to Reform UK, a party that seemed destined to remain on the fringes, but has instead stormed into the spotlight with a message that resonates deeply with ordinary voters. And as Labour sinks, Nigel Farage is rising, his voice louder and more influential than ever before. What makes this moment so explosive is not just Farage's growing popularity, but the fact that King Charles is openly recognising him as a key political player. This royal nod is a powerful symbol, one that sends shockwaves through Westminster and beyond. Starmer's reaction has been nothing short of desperate. Sources reveal heated arguments and frantic phone calls behind closed doors as his team scrambles to contain the damage. The Labour leader's image is taking a hit every time Farage steps into the spotlight, with the King's quiet but unmistakable backing. This isn't just a political rivalry, it's a crisis of legitimacy. Farage's message of national pride, sovereignty, and direct connection to the people stands in stark contrast to Starmer's centrist establishment approach. The King's involvement is a game-changer, giving Farage a legitimacy few politicians could ever dream of. And as Starmer flails, the public's attention is fixed firmly on this unfolding drama, wondering how it will all end. The political turmoil gripping Britain has reached a fever pitch as Reform UK, under Nigel Farage's leadership, surges ahead, with unprecedented momentum. What was once dismissed as a fringe movement is now the dominant force in the eyes of the electorate, leaving the Labour Party scrambling to recover from a series of humiliating defeats. The latest local elections were a harsh reality check. Labour didn't simply lose ground, it was comprehensively routed. Constituencies that once stood as Labour strongholds have flipped dramatically, with voters openly rejecting Starmer's centrist messaging and perceived disconnect from the struggles of everyday Britons. For many, Starmer's promises ring hollow, against the backdrop of rising living costs, stretched public services, and a national identity crisis. Meanwhile, Reform UK's straightforward appeal to sovereignty, border security, and economic pragmatism resonates powerfully with disillusioned voters. This shift is not a temporary blip, but a seismic change in the political landscape. The establishment's unease with this rising tide is palpable. Starmer's Labour, long the presumed alternative to the Conservatives, now finds itself fighting for relevance. The internal atmosphere within the party is one of chaos and fear. Behind the scenes, aides and advisers are grappling with how to respond to a threat that defies conventional political strategy. The Labour leadership's traditional reliance on media favour and centrist policies no longer suffices to galvanise their base. Compounding these challenges is the judiciary's recent intervention, which adds a new layer of complexity and risk for Labour's future. The Supreme Court's scathing rebuke of Deputy Leader Angela Rayner, accusing her of abusing parliamentary privilege to stifle Reform UK, has cast a long shadow over Labour's ethical standing. The court's ruling sends a stark warning that the unchecked wielding of power, even in the name of political survival, will not be tolerated. This legal blow has emboldened Reform UK, framing them as the underdog fighting against a rigged system. Nigel Farage's political revival is nothing short of extraordinary. Once considered a political pariah, his rise is now underscored by the symbolic yet significant support of King Charles. Royal insiders have confirmed that the King views Farage as a crucial voice in the quest for national unity. This quiet endorsement, offers Farage a legitimacy that extends beyond the usual political circles and into the realm of symbolic power that resonates deeply with the public psyche. King Charles's decision to consult Farage ahead of his state visit to Canada signals a deliberate effort to bring Farage's perspective into the heart of diplomatic discussions. This move challenges conventional norms and sends a clear message. Farage's vision for Britain cannot be ignored. For Starmer, this royal backing is a devastating blow, undermining his authority not just within Labour, but across the national stage. Public reaction to these developments has been intense and polarised. Supporters of Reform UK view the King's involvement as a long overdue recognition of the party's legitimacy and the frustrations of the British people. For them, Farage embodies a direct, unvarnished commitment to issues that matter: sovereignty, economic revival, and the protection of British culture. Conversely, Labour loyalists and the political left see this alliance as a dangerous legitimisation of far-right ideology, fearing it will embolden divisive rhetoric and deepen social fractures. The media frenzy surrounding this dynamic has only intensified the national conversation, with every Farage appearance accompanied by heated debate and analysis. Labour's response, characterised by denial and deflection, has failed to stem the tide of voter defections or halt Reform UK's ascent. The drama extends beyond party politics into the very fabric of Britain's democratic system. The Supreme Court ruling against Rayner highlights the fragile balance of power and the critical role of the judiciary in maintaining political integrity. By explicitly condemning political interference, the court has set a precedent that may redefine future parliamentary conduct. For Labour, this is both a legal setback and a public relations disaster, raising questions about the party's commitment to fair play and transparency. Reform UK has capitalised on this moment, framing Labour as part of an entrenched establishment, willing to subvert democratic processes to maintain its grip on power. This narrative strikes a chord with many voters who feel alienated from Westminster and disconnected from traditional politics. Meanwhile, Starmer's personal and political struggles have become increasingly visible. His public appearances reveal a leader under immense pressure, often appearing defensive or evasive when confronted with tough questions. Internal sources describe a man grappling with a loss of control, facing a growing chorus of dissent within his own ranks. The party's campaign machinery is reportedly in disarray, with messaging struggles and strategic disagreements hampering efforts to reclaim lost ground. Starmer's centrist positioning, once seen as a path to broad appeal, is now criticised for lacking conviction and failing to inspire enthusiasm. In stark contrast, Farage's unapologetic populism galvanises supporters and taps into a deep well of frustration and hope. This political upheaval also exposes the broader cultural and social tensions simmering beneath Britain's surface. The divide between the political elite and the everyday citizen has never been more pronounced. Reform UK's rise is as much a cultural movement as a political one, representing a rejection of globalisation, open borders, and perceived elitism. The monarchy's subtle involvement adds a layer of complexity, blending tradition with modern political realignments. King Charles's role as a soft power broker reflects a nuanced understanding of Britain's fractured political identity and the need to engage voices beyond the establishment to foster unity. As Britain stands at this crossroads, the stakes could not be higher. The unfolding drama between Starmer and Farage is more than a personal rivalry. It's a battle for the soul of the nation. The monarchy's unexpected intervention amplifies the tension, signalling that old rules no longer apply in this new era of British politics. The question now is whether Starmer can regain his footing, or whether Nigel Farage, with the King's quiet but powerful backing, will reshape the country's future. One thing is certain: the coming months will be pivotal, marked by high drama, shifting alliances, and unprecedented challenges. The nation watches, breath held, as history is being rewritten before its eyes. The political earthquake shaking Britain isn't over. It's just beginning. As King Charles quietly empowers Nigel Farage and Labour's grip weakens, every moment counts in this high-stakes battle for Britain's future. Stay informed, because the decisions made now will shape the country for generations to come. Don't let the story slip past you. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on this unfolding political saga. Share this video with friends and family who need to see what's really happening behind the scenes. Your voice matters in this critical moment. Comment below and tell us what you think. Can Starmer recover from this royal-backed challenge, or is Farage destined to change the political landscape forever? Join the conversation now and be part of history in the making.